Hi, everybody. Happy Saturday. I just had a super strange, wild dream, and I thought I would try to capture it. I'm not sure if I'm going to post this yet, but I wanted to at least record it. So if it looks like I'm half asleep, it's because I am. It's a dream about good and evil. So if you want to jump ship, now's your chance. And then I'll decide later if I'm going to post this. So let me try to get the details right. There was so much stuff in it, and then I think it's going to fade fast. So, okay, so I was at some kind of party or gathering with some friends, and there were also some people that I used to work with, one guy in particular, but that didn't seem meaningful. And at one point, I'm looking through a stack of books, and I noticed that one of the books is written by a friend of mine named Anna, and that's not her real name, by the way. A friend of mine named Anna, and I pick up the book, and it's really thick. But then I realize, oh wow, Anna passed last year. Now in real life she's alive, so I need to reach out to her and make sure she's okay. I'm sure she is. I That's why, again, why I hesitate to post this, because it's got some weirdness in it that I can't explain. Someone I was very close to in high school, a good friend, who I don't see as much anymore, Anna is. So I realized that she's passed, and I'm holding the book, and then somehow, basically, there's like a whole kind of spiritual event going on in the same space. I don't know how else to describe it. And Anna appears as a spirit, but in full form, and she's tall. I mean, she is tall, anyway. But she's tall, and she doesn't speak, and I'm kind of in wonder, so I go towards her, and she kind of steps back, because I'm almost about to touch her, and she steps back, like, okay, like, I'm here, but don't touch me. And then I reach out my hand, and I do accidentally, like, touch her fingertips, and so it's like I'm aware that she's physically real as a spirit in the space. And it looks like she's on. I can't remember if she's kind of like doing something like this, some kind of like a prayer gesture. She's standing. It's something similar to this. And then I notice that there's a whole group of people doing this too, and they're all facing the same direction. They're all doing this, or something like this. I feel like the arms were raised, and there's maybe 12 people. I'm just 12 like apostles. Ha ha ha. That's just a random number I picked, but let's say it's 10 or 12 people, and they're all facing the same direction. But at first, I'm not facing that direction because I'm enthralled with her being there, Anna being there, and then I realize that by not facing the same direction, I'm being disrespectful, possibly in some way. So then I actually do turn, and then I'm facing the same direction as everyone else. They seem to be robed. I'm not robed. I'm wearing normal clothes, and then I imitate their pose or something similar to this. It feels like the arms were in the air, or maybe like this. It's hard to say. Not at the side, though. Dreams are so weird, it's hard to get the details right sometimes. So then we're all facing in the same direction. And then I become aware that, when I try to describe this properly, there is someone is somehow other beings are being channeled in the space. It seems like there may even be a priest there. Let me think about that for a minute. I'm sorry for the pause. A priest, or someone who is like a priest, but don't hold me to that. But there's a presence that's channeled, and sometimes it seems to have a face that I can see, but mostly it's just the voice in the space. and it's a dark force. So that, again, I want to wave you off if you don't want to watch further. Not that it gets creepy, but it just that it's dealing with light and darkness, and so can be a heavy topic. So it's some kind of dark presence, and it's implying that there is a kind of showdown coming. So in a way, it's not. It's similar to the dream I had maybe the other week about like a confrontation between cosmic forces, but in this case, it's more direct because it is good and evil this time, and it is saying, it's antagonistic, and it's saying, oh, there's going to be all this awfulness and death and this and that, but I feel very calm in the dream, and I wish to impart this calmness to you if this is making you at all nervous, because I don't want you to be nervous at all. I felt very calm, very centered, and I was really just asking questions, like to understand what it was, as best I could, what it was about, what was going to happen, and even try to like reason with them and almost like talk them out of it. So there's a point at which I'm asking lots of questions to this dark spirit, and like saying why. I'm trying to talk them out of it. Like, why do you want to fight us when you know we're going to, like, the forces of good are going to win? And he kind of says something like, almost like we have to, or like it was almost like fated. And this is so hard to describe. I'm so sorry to stretch this out. I'm so sorry my nose is so itchy. My allergies are driving me crazy. I'm really trying to get the details right. He says like that they have to fight, even though they know that their fate is to lose. And then I have this sense like there's more to the dream, but when I woke up, I had this sense like that. Well, he says that they have to fight, and then the fight is over, and something comes after. And I'm trying to like get at what comes after, but he either doesn't tell me, or we don't have enough time to get to that, or he withholds that information, or he doesn't know. But I had this sense when I woke up that what comes after is like a kind of resolution of this fight between light and dark, where they are merged, like, and resolved. It's really strange to describe. I don't want people to read into it too far, because it's just a dream, so it doesn't mean don't take it too literally, okay? But like in the dream and waking up from the dream, I thought maybe somehow good wins because it has to. Dark loses because it has to. All the players play their roles, so to speak. And then something comes after this, like a new form of existence. Again, I hesitate to say that because I'm just interpreting it intuitively, but it's just this weird feeling that I can't describe. And then this dark spirit also referred to something else that comes after, like in another 3,000 years. So like this merging or this resolution comes in the dream. It comes soon, like within maybe 5 years in the dream. But then he refers to another event that happens 3,000 years down the road. That's like another change in maybe how existence works or how reality works. Strange, strange, strange. I'm so sorry that I'm being not succinct at all. Yeah, and there were other details. Like I became aware as he was talking, there were other like sort of dark presences around, but they were just really were just voices, and they were all just kind of shouting, like and being like, you're, you know, there's gonna be suffering, and there's gonna be this and death and da da da, and like it didn't, again, it didn't rattle me. I guess I felt really kind of like comfortable in my light at that moment. And then, there was just another detail that I just remembered. Now it's slipping away. What was it? So they're warning about all this devastation and saying, there's going to be all this suffering. Oh, I know. But then, like, he was willing to answer some of my in-depth questions, and he said something about, again, don't read too far into this, the majority of, like, the world suffering a lot, but that there were people who were, I'm interpreting it as of the light, who were kind of protected. He was saying there were certain bloodlines and certain types of people who were, as I interpreted it, so much of the light and good intention that they were able to survive and prosper through like this really dark period that was coming up. But they were few in number. And so I might interpret that to be the light workers. This could also be, again, why I don't feel, it didn't worry me in the dream. I had this feeling, not that I would be protected from all harm, because you can't know that, and we can hope that that's true for people who are trying to live in the light and operate from their best selves, but we're not guaranteed a result. And if all of the spiritualists and psychics are to be believed, physical death isn't really death anyway, it's just transformation, even though that's hard to grasp sometimes. And I certainly am in no rush to lose my life, my mortal life, because I do cherish it. But like I said, in the dream, he was implying that there was kind of like these enlightened people among the masses who were going to prosper and be protected no matter what. So I'm repeating myself, but again, I feel like this correlates to like the light workers. So I guess I would say that for you watching this video, you probably are a light worker, you know, and if you're operating from your best self, just keep doing what you're doing and all will be okay. I mean, I believe that in general, but just in case the dream has more meaning than I think it does, just keep being your best self as much as you can. We're all gonna make mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. I have flaws. I have plenty of flaws, and so we just do the best we can. I'm trying to remember if there was more, but that was the gist of it. And so again, I kept kind of like trying to talk him out of it. Like, you don't have to do this. You can switch sides anytime you want. And when I woke up, I also had the strange feeling that that was maybe a way that darkness could be defeated, that like perhaps towards the end of a conflict between good and evil, good simply persuades evil that it's just not gonna work out for them, and they lay down their arms and they join us in the light, and so then the conflict ends. And so that could be in that the different type of reality or existence that follows this big conflict. And I've said before that I do believe that the world is in some kind of prophesized period of time. I would not ever describe it as end times, like the end of everything, but I would describe it probably as the end of a cycle or a period, and then the birth of a new period. I do think that there is something to that, and maybe this dream ties in, or it possibly doesn't. So again, apologies for just kind of rambling, because I just have this feeling I'm going to lose more and more of the dream as I awaken. So that's why I wanted to get it down. There's another detail that I remember now, where someone, as I'm standing talking to this dark presence, someone puts like a speaker around my head at different, like they keep moving the speaker, and as they move it, it's like some of my private thoughts are being broadcast through the speaker or something like that. It's really hard to describe, but most of like what was coming out of the speaker were messages of goodness, like again, the people who are operating from their best selves, operating from enlightenment in the light, they would be well. All would be well with them. So like it was weird. Someone behind me was putting this speaker, and these thoughts were being like broadcast through the speaker, but it wasn't my voice. It was very strange. I can't really elaborate on that part further. I wish I could. There were other odds and ends to the dream, but I don't know if they're really relevant. On the way to this gathering, I was with a guy that I used to work with, who I was closer to him than most of the people that I worked with at this place, but we weren't super close. But we could have more in-depth conversations than other types of people, and it was weird. As we were driving to this party, we stopped and we tried to help someone like inflate their bike tires or something with an air pump, but the air pump wasn't working properly, like at a paid air pump. And we stopped and we were fiddling with the machine, and we were able to get it to work just enough to fill up the tires, just enough to get them on their way. I don't know what that's about, other than that I bike a lot. But I don't think it really has any other major meaning. And then, like I said, then we arrived at this gathering, and it turned into this whole other thing. When the presence had departed, I was still walking around the rooms talking to different people, and I remember trying to say prayers of light in different rooms, like please, please surround all the people in this room with the loving, healing, protective white light of God, and kind of doing this with my finger as I sometimes do. at home. I was doing that in different rooms. There was a point at which, after the presents had departed, that people were asking me what to expect and what the timetable was. Kind of like so that they could plan ahead with their own families. And I remember, like I said, I think I said something like, this is going to be 2020 to 2025, something like that. I wish I could be more precise. And I hope that that's correct, because it could have been a little further down the road, but I'm not entirely sure. And they were just saying, okay, well, kind of like we'll follow your lead on this. And I was like, okay. Trying to think if there was anything else to it. This is really a ramble video. I'm really sorry about that part. It's really off the cuff. I mean, I literally just woke up. I'll let it sit for a while and then I'll decide about posting it. Again, I just thought it was really notable that they knew the forces of darkness, so to speak. They knew they were going to lose, but they were committed to seeing it through anyway. And then whatever came after would be whatever came after. But also, like I said, I felt that it was possible to maybe talk them out of it, to get them to come over to the good side. So I hope that that's true in a broader sense. Okay, I think I'll leave it there. I don't really know if this video is very good. So if it's not, I'm sorry. Maybe I'll take it down if I put it up at all. So, but it was very, very trippy. So I hope you're well. I'm gonna go get some coffee and some water and wake up properly and feed the birds and get some more paint and do some exterior painting today, because it's really pretty out. I hope it's pretty where you are. I hope you're having a great weekend so far. Take care. Talk to you soon.